All right, so get this picture. An asteroid the size of Mount Everest slams into Earth.
Oh, wow.
It causes utter chaos.
Yeah.
Planet-wide wildfires. We're
Yeah.
talking mega tsunamis swallowing coastlines and a thick cloud of debris blocking out the sun.
Oh, wow.
Not a good day for the dinosaurs,
No.
or most life on Earth for that matter.
Right.
But here's the twist.
Right.
This wasn't the ND. It was a dramatic reset, setting the stage for a whole new chapter
Okay.
in Earth's story.
Yeah.
A chapter full of resilience, adaptation, and incredible transformations.
Ugh, that's fascinating.
Welcome to Cosmos in a Pod Space and Astronomy series.
Great to be here.
So let's unpack this. We've got this cataclysmic event, the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction,
Right.
that wiped out around 75% of all species.
Mm-hmm.
What happened next?
Well, what's so fascinating is that this wasn't just about destruction. It was an opportunity.
Okay.
Think of it like clearing a giant canvas, ready for a whole new masterpiece. And the artists in this case,
Oh, interesting.
the survivors, the creatures who, by chance or by adaptation, managed to weather the storm.
So who are these hardy survivors?
Well, while the non-avian dinosaurs were wiped out,
Right.
some of their relatives, like birds, managed to pull through.
Yeah.
But the real stars of the show were the mammals. Before the impact, they were mostly small, living in the shadow of the giant dinosaurs.
Right.
But with the playing field suddenly wide open, they had their chance to shine.
It's like the ultimate underdog story, right?
Exactly.
They went from bit players to leading roles.
Exactly. And they didn't waste any time. The Paleogene period, which followed the extinction, saw an incredible explosion of mammal diversity.
That's so cool.
They evolved rapidly, filling all those ecological niches left vacant by the dinosaurs.
Wow.
From the forests to the oceans.
Speaking of oceans,
Yeah,
is it true that even whales evolved during this time?
it's true.
I mean, those are some seriously massive mammals.
Imagine their early ancestors. These wolf-like creatures called Pachycetus,
Wow.
gradually transitioning from land to water over millions of years.
Oh, wow.
Their descendants would become the whales we know today.
Wow.
A testament to evolution's incredible power to transform life.
That's mind-blowing. It's like watching a behind-the-scenes documentary of evolution in action.
It really is.
So we've got mammals taking center stage.
Right.
But what about the planet itself? Was it still recovering from the asteroid impact?
Oh, Earth was going through some major changes of its own.
Yeah.
Continents were on the move,
Right.
drifting towards their present-day positions.
Yeah.
For example, North and South America were still separated by an ocean.
Oh.
And India was on a collision course with Asia.
Wow. Talk about a continental drift.
Yeah.
That must have had a huge impact on the environment and the evolution of life.
Absolutely. These massive geological shifts created new mountain ranges, altered ocean currents,
Right.
and influenced climate patterns.
Wow.
It was a dynamic period of change, both for life and for the planet itself.
So we've got a changing planet, rapidly evolving mammals.
Right.
It sounds like a pretty wild time.
It was.
What were some of the more bizarre or incredible creatures?
Well, there's one you might find particularly interesting.
Right.
In the Eocene epoch,
Okay.
a truly unique predator roamed the Earth.
Okay.
Andrewsarchus.
Andrewsarchus.
It was this huge wolf-like creature.
Oh, wow.
But here's the twist.
Oh.
It was actually more closely related to hoofed animals,
What?
like sheep and cows.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
A giant wolf-like
Yeah.
That's incredible. It really shows you how appearances can be deceiving when it comes to evolution.
It really does.
Yeah.
Andrewsarchus is a fantastic example of convergent evolution,
Okay.
where unrelated animals evolve similar features
Right.
because they live in similar environments or occupy similar ecological niches.
Wow.
So even though it looked like a fearsome predator,
Yeah.
its evolutionary history was quite different from what you might expect.
That's fascinating. It's like nature's way of remixing and experimenting with different body plans.
Exactly. And this experimentation was happening all over the planet as life adapted to the new conditions.
Wow.
The Eocene was a time of warm, stable climates
Right.
with lush tropical forests covering much of the Earth.
Yeah.
But as we move into the Oligocene epoch, things start to cool down.
Hold on. Before we jump into the next epoch, I just want to make sure I'm keeping up.
Okay.
We've covered a lot of ground already. We started with the asteroid impact
Right.
and the extinction of the dinosaurs,
Mm.
then saw the rise of mammals and their incredible diversification.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about a changing Earth.
Right.
With continents on the move and strange creatures like Androsarchus roaming around.
Exactly.
Like a whirlwind tour of early Earth.
You got it. And you're right. It was a dynamic and fascinating period.
Yeah.
But as we move into the Oligocene, we see another major shift, one that will have a profound impact on the evolution of life.
Wow.
This is where those cooler temperatures really start to take hold.
All right, I'm ready for the next chapter. Bring on the Oligocene.
Let's do it. Okay, so as we transition into the Oligocene epoch, the Earth's climate takes a dramatic turn.
Okay.
Those lush tropical forests we talked about, they start giving way to vast grasslands.
So it's getting cooler and drier.
Yeah.
What's driving this change?
A big part of it was the growth of ice sheets, especially in Antarctica.
Right.
It was during this time that Antarctica really transformed into the icy continent we know today.
Wow, so changes in one part of the world can really have ripple effects across the entire planet.
Exactly. And these changes had a major impact on the evolution of life.
Okay.
As grasslands spread, we see the emergence of some truly incredible megafauna.
Megafauna. That sounds intriguing. What kind of creatures are we talking about?
Imagine a mammal taller than a giraffe.
Wow. Okay.
That's Indricotherium.
Indricotherium.
A massive rhino-like herbivore that roamed the Oligocene landscapes.
Wow.
And then there were the entelodons.
Entelodons.
Sometimes called hell pigs or terminator pigs.
Oh.
They were omnivores with powerful jaws and a reputation for being quite aggressive.
Yikes, terminator pigs. Those sound pretty intense. It seems like the cooling climate didn't stop these creatures from becoming absolute giants.
It's true. They were incredibly well adapted to this new world.
Right.
And as we move into the Neogene period, we see the continents continue to drift, finally getting into their modern positions.
So the stage is set for the world we know today.
Yeah.
What kind of creatures were ruling the planet during this time?
The Neogene was a time of incredible diversity. On land, we had early horses evolving.
Oh, wow.
Saber-toothed cats prowling the grasslands, and even giant sloths lumbering around.
Giant sloths. I thought sloths were those cute, slow-moving creatures that hang out in trees.
Well, their ancient relatives were anything but slow-moving.
Right.
Megatherium, the giant ground sloth, could grow up to 20 feet long and weigh several tons.
Wow, it's a far cry from the sloths we see today. It's amazing how evolution can lead to such dramatic changes in size and lifestyle.
It really is. And speaking of dramatic, we can't forget about the oceans during the Neogene. This was the time of Megalodon.
Megalodon. Now, that's a creature that sparks the imagination.
Yeah.
How big were those things?
Based on their massive teeth.
Oh, wow.
Scientists estimate that Megalodon could reach lengths of up to 60 feet or more.
Oh, my goodness.
That's longer than a school bus.
It's mind-boggling to imagine a shark that size swimming in the oceans. So it must have been an apex predator unlike anything we see today.
Absolutely. Megalodon was at the top of the food chain, feeding on whales, dolphins, and other large marine animals.
Right.
But as the Neogene drew to a close, a new era was about to begin. The Quaternary Period.
This is where things get really interesting, right? Yeah. The Quaternary is when our own story begins.
Exactly. The Quaternary Period, spanning from about 2.6 million years ago to the present, is marked by cycles of glacial expansion and retreat, the so-called ice ages.
So it wasn't just a one-time winter wonderland. These ice ages were recurring events.
That's right. These cycles of freezing and thawing had a profound impact on the planet.
Wow. Shaping
landscapes and influencing the evolution of life, including our own ancestors.
It must have been a challenging time for any creature trying to survive.
It was.
Let alone evolve. What kind of adaptations did animals develop to cope with these extreme conditions?
Well, think about the iconic woolly mammoth. They had thick fur coats, layers of fat for insulation, and even smaller ears to reduce heat loss.
Wow.
These adaptations allowed them to thrive in the frigid environments of the ice ages.
It's amazing how life finds a way.
Yeah.
Even in the harshest of conditions. But amidst all this, something truly remarkable was happening. The emergence of humans.
Yes. During the Quaternary, the stage was set for the rise of Homo sapiens.
Wow.
Our ancestors evolved in Africa. And over time, they spread across the globe, encountering a world full of challenges and opportunities.
This is where we start to see humans interacting with those incredible Ice Age creatures.
Yes.
Like woolly mammoths and saber-toothed cats, right? It must have been a truly awe-inspiring and at times terrifying world to inhabit.
It certainly was. Early humans had to adapt not only to the changing climate, but also to the presence of these magnificent beasts.
Right.
And their interactions with the environment would have profound consequences, not just for themselves, but for the planet as a whole.
This is where we start to delve into the debate about human impact on the environment, isn't it?
Exactly.
The question of whether our ancestors played a role in the extinction of those megafauna.
As human populations grew and their tools and hunting techniques became more sophisticated, they began to have a significant impact on the ecosystems they inhabited.
So was it us? Did humans cause the extinction of those incredible Ice Age creatures? Or was it the changing climate?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
And it's one that scientists are still trying to answer.
Yeah.
Some researchers believe that human hunting was the primary driver of these extinctions.
Okay.
Pointing to evidence like spear points found embedded in mammoth bones.
Wow.
Others argue that climate change was the main culprit.
Okay.
Stressing the impact of those dramatic glacial cycles on animal populations.
It sounds like it's a complex issue with no easy answers.
It absolutely is. It's likely that both factors played a role, creating a perfect storm that many large animals couldn't weather.
Yeah.
But regardless of the exact cause, the disappearance of these megafauna marks a turning point in Earth's history.
A turning point? In what way?
Well, it signifies a shift in the balance of power.
Okay.
With the decline of these large animals, humans emerged as the dominant force on the planet.
Wow.
And as we move into the Holocene epoch, the most recent period of Earth's history, we see the full impact of this shift unfold.
This is where we start to see the rise of human civilization thrive. Agriculture, cities, technology, all those things that have shaped our world today. But it's also where we have to confront the darker side of our impact on the planet.
You're absolutely right. The Holocene, which began around 11,700 years ago, has seen an unprecedented explosion of human ingenuity and creativity.
Yeah.
But it's also a time when our impact on the environment has become increasingly evident.
This is where we start talking about deforestation, pollution, climate change.
Exactly.
All those things that are putting incredible pressure on the planet's ecosystems, right?
We've entered a new chapter in Earth's story.
Right.
One where humans have become a force of nature, capable of altering the planet on a global scale. Wow. And the consequences of our actions are becoming increasingly clear.
So what does this mean for the future of life on Earth? Where do we go from here?
That's the big question, isn't it? We've seen how resilient life can be, how it's bounced back from asteroid impacts and ice ages.
Right. But now we're facing a different kind of challenge.
Right.
One that's largely of our own making.
It's a sobering thought, but it also feels like a call to action.
It is.
We need to understand the impact we're having on the planet and find ways to live more sustainably.
I couldn't agree more. The choices we make now will determine the future of life on Earth.
Right.
Including our own. And that's a responsibility we can't take lightly.
So we're back. We've traveled through millions of years.
Been quite a journey.
Witnessed incredible transformations. And now here we are at this crucial point, the present. We've talked about how resilient life on Earth can be, its ability to adapt and thrive, even after those catastrophic events. But now we're facing a different kind of challenge, one that's largely our own doing.
It's true. The Holocene, our current epoch, has seen an unprecedented rise in human activity.
Right.
And with it, a growing impact on the planet's delicate balance, deforestation, habitat loss, pollution, and, of course, climate change. All driven by human actions. It is a sobering thought. And you mentioned last time that this has led some scientists to talk about a sixth mass extinction.
Right.
That sounds pretty dire.
It is a serious issue. We've seen 5 major mass extinction events in Earth's history.
Right.
Each wiping out a significant portion of life on the planet.
Yeah.
But this time, the driving force isn't an asteroid impact or massive volcanic eruptions.
Right.
It's us.
So what does that mean for the future? Are we doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past and push countless species towards extinction?
Not necessarily. The future isn't predetermined. We still have the power to change course.
Okay.
But it requires acknowledging the impact we're having and taking action to mitigate it.
What kind of action are we talking about? Is it enough to just recycle and use less plastic?
Those are important steps.
Right.
But we need to think bigger.
Yeah.
We need systemic change.
Okay.
A fundamental shift in how we interact with the planet.
Right.
This means transitioning to renewable energy sources, reducing our consumption, protecting and restoring habitats, and embracing sustainable practices in all aspects of our lives.
It sounds like a daunting task.
Yeah.
Can we really make a difference on a global scale?
Absolutely. Individual actions may seem small, but collectively, they can create a powerful ripple effect.
Right.
It starts with awareness, understanding the interconnectedness of all life on Earth.
Right.
Then comes action, making conscious choices in our daily lives, supporting organizations working to protect the environment, and advocating for policies that prioritize sustainability.
It's about recognizing that we're not separate from nature, but a part of it.
Exactly.
Our actions have consequences, and we have a responsibility to be stewards of this planet, not just for ourselves, but for future generations.
Precisely. And remember, this isn't just about saving other species. It's about preserving the delicate balance of the ecosystems that sustain us all. Clean air, clean water, fertile soil. These are essential for human survival.
It's like we're standing at a crossroads. We can continue down a path of unsustainable practices, risking further environmental degradation, and potentially jeopardizing our own future. Or we can choose a different path, one that leads towards a more harmonious relationship with the planet.
Exactly. We've seen how life on Earth has repeatedly found ways to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity. Now it's our turn to demonstrate that same resilience and ingenuity, not just for the sake of other species, but for our own survival.
It's a powerful message. We've journeyed through millions of years, witnessing the rise and fall of countless species, the dramatic transformations of our planet, and the emergence of our own species. And now we stand at this pivotal moment.
It is a pivotal moment.
Faced with a challenge that demands our attention, our creativity, and our collective action.
I agree.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive exploring life on Earth.
My pleasure.
We hope this journey sparked your curiosity. Deepened your appreciation for our planet's incredible biodiversity.
Absolutely.
And inspired you to be a part of the solution.
That's what we hope for.
That concludes our deep dive for today.
Thanks for having me.
Don't forget to subscribe to Cosmos in a Pod and follow us on our YouTube channel for more explorations of the wonders of the universe. Until next time.